Hey, my YouTube friends, we back again with a very phenomenal young man that's standing before me right now. No go by the name of Uncut. This guy had been through a lot in his life. This dude been in the game, out of the game, and now he up on the up and up, doing a lot of positive things. So at this moment, we're gonna allow him to elaborate on some things that I'm gonna ask him, and he gonna share with us. And I hope what he's saying be able to connect with someone that watching this channel at this moment. First, I would like for you to introduce yourself to everybody and tell us your name and your business and what you do.
Hey, you two friends, my corporate world. My name is Uncut. And the reason why I call myself Uncut, because anything I tell is the truth about my past and my present. I'm a type of person that like to breathe life into others and share my life story with other people to engrave them to be a better person, like to cross that bridge to mend that gap in their life to be a better person in society. My business is called Cadacious Motivation Speaking and Power Washing. I also sell cars. I also help people out go to the homeless shelters. And I get guys that don't have a chance, that people haven't given them a chance in life, similar to my life and my past, to give them a chance to go out and work and make money throughout the day. We also do donations for churches. We also do donations for homeless people and family. We clothe and feed. And also in our business, we also do roofing work, power washing. And my life story, I like to share a little bit about my life. Growing up as a child, my father passed away when I was 10 years old, and I had a mental breakdown, led me to the streets. I was child abused at the age of 10 years old, 2 weeks after I buried my father at a younger age. I had a mental breakdown as a younger child, led to suffocate myself with drugs and criminal activities, to medicate myself through all the pain that I went through as a younger child. I went to a lot of NA meetings, AA meetings. That didn't work for me because change starts within yourself. If you really want to change, I don't care if you go to NA, AA, up and down the roller coaster, change starts within yourself. So I had to take a about face turn in my life in 2009 and say, hey, I want to stop getting high. I want better for myself. I want what other people have that I never had in my life.
Hold up there, When you said get high, what kind of stuff did you used to do when you was out there getting high?
I should do cocaine. I should do reefer, pop pills, drink a lot of alcohol to self-medicate myself through the pain that I was going through. See, a lot of people don't understand this life today in society today. People just don't wake up and say they want to be a rock star. People don't wake up and say they want to drink. People don't wake up and want to be a prostitute. People don't want to wake up and be homosexual. It's something deep down inside of them that causes traumatization, that causes them to self-medicate themselves with negative activity, become criminal behavior that leads to penitentiary, to jail, and other things that endanger themselves and also their family.
So when you went to jail, how much time did you have to do?
My first time that I did back in 1988, I went down for armed robbery. I committed a crime in Edenton, North Carolina. I done 4.5 years as a youth offender. I came home back to North Virginia on the south side, the Berkeley area. Some of you may be familiar with it. And I started doing the same thing all over again. Thought that I was going to find better results. But when you do the same thing all over again, you become insane because it's no longer a mistake. So deep inside of my mind, my poor decision through my self-medicating myself with drugs allowed me to continue to do criminal activity and think negative behavior and do negative things because my poor decision allowed me to self-medicate myself with the drug activities and the criminal activities that I was into.
Have you always been close with your mom and your sisters and brother?
Me and my moms and my sister, we always been close. I come from a church background family. And my mom's always should tell me a long time ago, I said, Mom, I want to leave Norfolk. I want to go somewhere else. She said, you're taking yourself with you. But I never understood what she was saying, you're taking yourself with you. But now today I'm here to tell you, when she said you're taking yourself with you, that means that if you ain't changed in Norfolk, you ain't going to change nowhere. 2 weeks later, down a month down the line, I don't care if you're in Honduras, you're in Africa, you're going to find that substance because you have not got rid of the problem, which is the core. The core is like a root. If you ever think about planting a tree, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and plant a seed in your ground. If you continue to nurture that seed, it's going to grow to what it's supposed to be. If it's a rose, it's going to grow to a rose. If it's a lily, it's going to grow to a lily. But if that tree start to die, I don't care how much you nurture that tree, it's going to continue to wither away and continue to die until you uproot and change the soil. So deep within inside of myself, I had to change within inside of me, which was the death of my father when I was 10 years old, and had to forgive the man that child abused me at the age of 10 years old to move on in life. And I had to uproot those things up out of me because I was self-medicating myself with the criminal activity, the anger, the bitterness, the rage that was inside of me that caused me to criminal activities. So once I uprooted those things inside of myself, I had to find myself as a man. Because age don't make a man, responsibility makes a man. If you truly say you love somebody unconditionally, you would do the right thing by your parents, by your wife, your children, and your loved one. Because anything that you do as a positive aspect will become a domino effect to them in a positive aspect. Anything you do in a negative aspect will become a negative domino effect to your family and your loved one, even to yourself. So we as men and women today, we got to start thinking positive. Whatever caused you to get off track in your past, you need to define yourself, because once you define yourself, then you'll find out who the real you is.
Oh man, that's awesome. So at this point in your life, when you decide to turn your life around, I see that you found the love of your life. How did you meet your wife?
One day I was incarcerated at a place called St. Braz, 2014. And I called for a job because I was thirsty for a job. And I called the job. I called the company called
Alpha and Omega.
Alpha and Omega. And
how you find out about Alpha and Omega?
I found out through Alpha and Omega through LaWanda Johnson. She was my counselor at St. Braz, which Alpha and Omega did a job affair at St. Braz before I got to St. Braz, when I was transferred from another institution was called Mecklenburg. So I really want change into my life. I said, well, let me give myself a try at a job, because I never had a job.
Oh, wow.
All I did was sold drugs all my life, shoot guns, rob people, and things like this. I said, I want to give myself a chance. I'm getting too old for this stuff. I want better for my life. So I found God when I was incarcerated. And God delivered me from them drugs. God delivered me from that alcohol. He took that taste right out of my mouth. But what's the most important thing that he delivered me from? He delivered me from my past hurt that caused me to self-medicate myself for the drugs and the alcohol and make poor decisions, to keep going in the revolving doors of being incarcerated.
All right now.
I'm here to tell you that it's a place that never closed. It's always open on holidays. It's always open around Christmas. It's open at night, which is jail. My grandfather always told me it's easy to go to jail and it's hard to get out. And I'm here to tell you, if you're incarcerated, if you're on the streets and you're doing some things you ain't got no business doing, you need to stop, because down the line, the kitchen get hot. If you be in the kitchen too long, learn about a chef. Ask him, have he got burnt before? He gonna tell you yes, because he's in that kitchen 24/7 cooking for different restaurants, and that's how the streets is. Once it get hot, you gonna get burnt. And one thing's about the world and the streets, they don't love you. They don't have your best interests. Right, they don't care anything about you. When you get incarcerated, the man will send you now down. You got to call on the mama for some money. You got to call for your sister, your ex-girl, or your wife. If you really love your family and your kids, then you would stay out there and do what's right and be a role model to them. Look at the world today, the children that's out there. They're crying out for help, but they're crying out for the wrong way, because they're shooting guns, killing people and everything, because they're angry and bitter for something that went on in their life that allowed them to self-medicate themselves with the drug activity and the criminal activity they allow them today.
So you saying that the young people out there today, they don't have enough people to reach out to them and help to get them on the right track?
No, a lot of ones that's out there, they dealing with anger. Like I was so angry and bitter from the death of my father and my child. I self-medicate myself with the anger. I should close myself down, didn't want to talk to nobody. I vent by fighting people. I vent by robbing people, because that was the anger and the bitterness that was inside of me. So I self-medicated myself with the drug activity to feel good about myself. But little did I know growing up, I wasn't feeling good about myself. At the moment, you may feel good, but when you wake up the next day, the most problem you face is you. Okay. We are our worst enemies. You point 3 fingers out, 1 pointed back at you. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So that lets you know that whenever you out there doing what you're doing, you ain't doing what you're doing because you want to do what you're doing and you have